This 5 AI tool is all you need to boost your productivity as a programmer. Today, I'm going to break down 5 AI tools that actually make a difference in my coding journey. I'll talk about their purposes, their strength, and their weakness. First up, we have Claude. And I know what you're thinking. Another AI chatbot. We have ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and dozens of others. But here's why Claude stands out from the rest. Personally, Claude feels the most natural and genuine in conversation to me. The response is not robotic, and after trying out GPT, Gemini, and other chatbots for coding, Claude always come out on top for me. It's like the best, in my opinion, for fixing bugs and codes. I often try to put codes into ChatGPT, and bam! It turned out to a more spaghetti code that actually doesn't work. Whereas with Claude, bam! We got a nice and easy to understand code. And their human-like response also makes me easy to understand what they're trying to explain. Claude also has an amazing ability to remember the context compared to other chatbots, which usually forgets after a couple of chat. With Claude, you can have a back and forth conversation and it will still actually remember what you discussed earlier. However, Claude is not perfect, of course. The only downside, in my opinion, is that if you use Claude very often, you can hit the limit very quick. Even with the Pro version, which costs you $20, you can still hit the limit pretty quick and often. And unlike the other chatbot, which provides unlimited service, Claude actually doesn't provide that. Let's not talk about the API usage because it is really expensive to use. Coming in at number 2, Perplexity. Let's be real, who still have time to go through Google, then search for the answer, go to Stack Overflow, and see if there's anyone actually answering it? Well, yeah, Perplexity solved this problem. It's what Google should have become. It basically changes everything. To me, it feels like the premium Google search. You type what you want, and they perform the Google search from various links and give you back the answer. What's better is their deep research function, which allows you to gather more data and reference for what you are actually looking for. Now, why I recommend Perplexity is because it doesn't just pull up the information randomly. It actually searches the net and provides you with the links and reference, making it actually credible. The bad of it is, please, I beg you, do not ever use Perplexity for coding purposes. This bot actually sucks on that, as I believe it's not purposely built for coding. Also, on my experience, Perplexity loses the context of the chat really quickly. So it's better to keep the question short and ask multiple questions instead of back and forth conversation like you can do with other tools. And you know what's the best part of this? Yes, you can use the functionality for free. Personally, I have the free subscription for the Pro version, and I believe you can still get this if you have a Samsung phone and you live in the US. They were giving a free Pro subscription for a year. Ah, yes. The classic OG Copilot. It's been around forever and it just worked. The whole purpose on why I recommend this AI is no other than its coding feature. Coding environment, such as VS Code, the code completion feature is majestic. You start typing a function and it completes with scary accuracy. It's really helpful when writing simple old codes that you forget. It eliminates the need to do some search for that. And it's a massive time saver. Honestly, I only use Copilot for this feature. This is also free. So it's a massive bonus on top. The only downside is, of course, Copilot makes you lazy, and if you're a beginner, you might start relying a bit too much on it. So I suggest you not to use it when you are actually first starting out programming and learning how to code. Have you ever heard of this term, vibe coding? Yes, it's a better version of Copilot autocomplete function. You can literally just ask the AI to read your whole code, write the entire feature, and the code. Whether it's Cursor or Windsurf, they are both essentially the same. It's an IDE or environment that has AI in it to streamline the whole process. However, it comes at a cost. Windsurf runs at about $15 per month, while Cursor runs about $20 per month. And they also have a free version, but it actually sucks. So I don't really recommend using it. If you want to get it working on a decent level, then of course you need to pay for it. And that's why I don't really recommend. Personally, me, I don't really use these vibe coding IDEs because it's really easy to fall into the trap of relying too much on AI. And It is bad if you are a beginner at coding and trying to learn the fundamentals. Although I believe that it's actually really good if you're trying to write repetitive code or just simple boilerplates. Now, I know I just introduced these cool AI environments for coding. However, what I really recommend if you are actually planning on spending some money is to just spend it on Cloud Pro subscription. Why? Because they also have a feature called the Cloud Code. Although it's not an AI-based IDE, Cloud Code works directly in your terminal and it offers a different approach to AI-assisted coding cursor provides. Now, its usage is more advanced and it excels when working with complex code bases. Now, let's say your project has multiple files of code inside. Cloud Code works really simple. It tries to understand what the whole project or your whole code base is about. It's also capable of complex stuff like refactoring your whole project or debugging complex issues across multiple files of your code. Finally, we've come to the end. Out of all the AI tools, starting from chatbots, Google search engine, code completion, and automated IDEs, I want to discuss which I think is worth it to spend money subscription on. Yes, the clear winner is of course Claude. It is the best tool, in my opinion, if you want to spend money on to help you boost your coding productivity, understanding concepts, and what's more, it also has the cloud code feature that I discussed, which I personally believe is one of the best out there for advanced coding automation. It really helps when writing complex codes in big project settings. I don't really recommend spending money on other AI tools, but maybe as the scene progress, I'll change my mind. Who knows?